Ciao, my name is Courtney Tanner. I'm the Secretary of the American Italian Federation of the Southeast, and I want to invite you to our Louisiana Italian Food, Wine, Author, and Film Festival. The Federation is the umbrella organization for Italian American clubs across the South. As Secretary of both the Federation and Young Italian Professionals, I focus on growing the membership of the Italian American Future Leaders and help our college student applicants apply for scholarship trips to Italy via NIAF's Voyage of Discovery program. This year, the Federation received 3 out of 40 spots on this trip. As a Voyage of Discovery alum, I can tell you it is a great experience for learning about Italian American heritage and making national connections that will last a lifetime. I look forward to meeting you at the film festival. For more information, please visit our website at AIFEDSE.org.
How did the murder of a police chief in New Orleans, Louisiana, lead to the creation of Columbus Day celebrations?
On March 14th, 1891, 11 Italians were made the victims of a lynch mob on the streets right here in the city of New Orleans. This issue, in my opinion, is called for a formal apology.
Just as there was a committee of 50 that was organized to take out the Italians, there could have been a committee of 7 that was organized to take out the chief of police. Hi, we hope you've enjoyed this episode of Celebrating Culture. On News has interviewed hundreds of people and produced dozens of episodes for local broadcasting. Awesome people doing great things to inspire us all. If you'd like to watch a specific interview, please visit our YouTube channel and subscribe.
Buongiorno, welcome to Gino's. Ciao, Bella.
Hi, welcome back to Celebrating Culture. We're here today in Monroe, Louisiana at Gino's Italian Restaurant, and I'm with Mrs. Phyllis Jean Briscotta, who I also want to say is my aunt and my godmother.
My good godson, como sta? Bella bellissimo.
Bella bellissimo.
Welcome to Gino's.
And welcome to the show, godmother. Fill me in, godmother. Gino's opened in
1964, September. Daddy, mother, Philip and I, my brother Frank. We've been working here ever since. Of course, now John too. We've all worked here like you, Charles. You worked here over the years too, growing up when you spend the summers with us. Everybody would tell Daddy, because he cooked so many meals for the Knights of Columbus when they were doing fundraisers around Monroe for all the schools and churches. And they would all tell, Gino, why don't you open up a restaurant? So they all talked him into doing that, and so he did eventually. And we've been here 56 years. Thank the good Lord, our family and friends. We've had great business, and we're real proud, and life has been good.
Tell me about the beginning. It's August 1964.
Daddy packed us all up, and we go to New Orleans. We go to Terramina's, and he loved to shop at Terramina's. They had a big wholesale house there, and he brought the tomato sauce and paste, caponata, different things back to cook with, to prepare his dishes with, because you couldn't get it all around Monroe. Of course, now you can. But back then, it was very rare to get anything like that. And Genoa salami and all the Italian breads. And of course, we went to Brocata's, got spumoni and canolas, and Liedenheimer's, got the muffaletta bread, and all those wonderful different pastries. And he brought it back to Monroe, and we opened up, we started serving. A lot of famous people have came through here, and well, for Louisiana they're famous, like Terry Bradshaw when he was at Louisiana Tech. Mary Ann Mobley when she was Miss America, because we used to have some of the pageant parties here back then on our patio. And of course we've had Governor McKeith, and a lot of the governors have been through here. Edwards. Nungesser, the Lieutenant Governor, was here the other day presenting us with a wonderful award.
I'm honored to be here tonight as Lieutenant Governor of the great state of Louisiana to honor you and your family for being in business over 57 years with incredible food and hospitality to Louisiana.
Thank you.
So congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Understand the Duck Dynasty people here?
Oh, very nice. The Duck people are so nice. And let me tell you, when they all sit around the table with their family, they do not touch any of their food until they've all said their prayers. But we thank the good Lord. We've had good families and good friends that have traded with us over the years, and that means a whole lot for 56 years.
Wonderful place, Monroe, Louisiana. The Italian capital of Central Louisiana.
Tell us about the patio.
Well, the patio, Daddy always loved outdoors too. He loved to hunt and fish. And so naturally he wanted a nice patio out here. The front room, when Daddy first opened up, was a little delicatessen. And when he brought everything back from New Orleans, different items he put in the front, like imported Genoa salami and all, things you couldn't get around Monroe. And then gradually it got so busy up there, we didn't have enough family members to run it. So we closed it, we made it a dining room, and then another little smaller dining room. And then of course we have the 3 dining rooms next door now. We converted Mother and Dad's home, and we've had many weddings and rehearsal suppers.
When you come in, Gino's, you really get a taste of history.
Yes, a lot of family photos are everywhere. My sister B used to say I had too many. She said, do you have any photos that are not in a frame? Because I love to display them, and I put them all in frames. So Daddy's raised a lot of money over the years here with the Knights of Columbus, because he was a Grand Knight. For all the parishes and schools and churches, when back in the old days when they were raising money to add on, different rooms and gymnasiums, football fields, different things. So he's always did that kind of work. And he'd have the whole Knights of Columbus in that kitchen cooking. And they would stay up all night. And while they were checking on he would barbecue back then and make dirty rice. And while they were doing that, he would have an all-night poker game going. Those are some experiences, because we had to clean up.
Tell me about Uncle Frank.
Well, Frank retired from the Army after 25 years, and he's a good chef just like Daddy. He loves to cook, and he's made a bunch of different unusual sauces that he's come up with, like the crawfish Alfredo, shrimp Alfredo. Oh, just some real unusual dishes. And so we have, elaborated a little on the menu.
What are some of the things people love on the menu?
Oh, our lasagna is the famous one. And of course, they love the spaghetti and meatballs and our minestrone soup and our Italian salad that Mother always made the homemade dressing for. And we continue to do that.
You yourself are involved a lot with St. Matthew's Cemetery.
Yes.
Tell me that.
Well, I love the cemetery because all our family and all our ancestors go way back are buried there. And I get pleasure in going there. We try to keep the graves up. And we still have Blessing of the Graves on All Souls Day. It's comforting to go there and visit them. And one thing about it, when you visit, no one talks back.
How did the Sicilian community get to Monroe?
Well, a lot of them, they came in at New Orleans, and they gradually worked their way down up to different areas around North Louisiana, working in the sugar mills. Then they saved their money and opened up these little grocery stores, and they all had the grocery stores just about in the same area, which is now the Civic Center around Oak Street. My grandparents, the Monaco family, had a grocery store, as well as my grandparents on the Briscata side.
There's so many great people that I meet that seem to come up to you and say, oh yeah, I worked at Gino's when I was going to school.
Oh yeah, so many of them. We've had hundreds of students that have worked here over the years, and some of them now are doctors, attorneys, accountants, just wonderful family people too. I've got wonderful kids, and their kids come in here and tell me stories their dad told them or their mom told them about working here.
Tell me, what is it like been working at Gino's and Phyllis and Frank?
Well, it's been pretty much like a big welcoming environment. Like, you quickly become a part of the family. You learn a lot of crazy things, both about how to treat people, how things work in the food industry, but also how things work as seeing people as people, and you learn a lot of life lessons I would have never realized. Like, Mr. Frank gives a chance to everybody. He doesn't see you as what you might have done, but what you can do. And with Miss Phyllis, I feel like she really embodies what it takes to create a small town feel. She knows so many people in Monroe, and if she doesn't know you yet, she will know you by the end of the conversation. I believe September will make my 3rd year here at Gino's. I started working here when I moved up to Monroe for college. I only knew about 2 or 3 other people, and Gino's definitely helped make Monroe a home for me. We have quite a bit of regulars who used to work here, both at lunchtime and at dinner time, that come in. Like Mr. Frank's son, John, he has his specialty that we call the Bruscato special, and it's a mozzarella cheese bread topped with our homemade olive mix. We have people who come in for their first dates, and for me as a server, that's definitely a very fun part of my job because I get to tell them the backstory about us. And I tell them that a lot of people here have made memories, and it's fun to kind of see where we fit into both their memories and their love story. And I have one couple who they had their first date in our first booth inside, and he actually came back and proposed in that same first booth.
Judy Hilton. Gino's is very romantic. The red seats, it's old Italian, and the music with Dino and Frank. There's nobody that's more romantic than that. And so my husband and I come here on our anniversary, and we always like to kind of snuggle when we're here.
Montez Fairchild. This is one of several birthdays that I've celebrated at Gino's. I love the food. I love the people. I love being sung to in Italian, sing happy birthday to me. And it's just a very pleasant experience. We come here not only for birthdays, but for just any days, anytime, any opportunity that we get.
Gino's! Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas to Gino's!
My name is Kaylee Mobley. I drive 30 minutes from Bastrop to Monroe to eat at Gino's. It's my favorite Italian restaurant. I will say, if it's your first time, you have to get the cheesy bread and the chicken Alfredo. Those are the best. For the second time eating, I would get the lasagna or spaghetti and meatballs.
I think she said you've been coming here 50 years.
At least. I don't know how long.
Hi, I'm Beth Romig. Grew up in El Dorado, went to Louisiana Tech, love Gino's cheesy bread. It's the best. Lasagna is awesome. The best ever.
And you're going there soon?
Yes, Thanksgiving weekend. I will be there. Gino's.
I'm here at Cat Island in front of the 1,000-year-old cypress tree, and I just wanted to give a shout out to Gino's after eating the lasagna up there a few years back. It was fabulous. All the greatest wishes to you all.
Godmother, I want to thank you for a great interview, and it's such a great honor to be part of the Briscotta family, what my grandfather and you and Uncle Philip and Uncle Frank have done. And John, I mean, you've kept this legacy in Monroe. It's just a great institution. So if people want to know more about how to get to Gino's, you have a website?
Oh yes, just look up Gino's Italian Restaurant on the internet. We're there.
All right. Stay tuned. We'll be right back with more of Celebrating Culture.
Ciao.
Ciao. My name is Charles Gino Marsala. I am the president of the Italian American Federation of the Southeast, and I want to invite you to our Louisiana Italian Food, Wine, Film, and Author Festival. The Federation was started 50 years ago in 1973 to be an umbrella organization for all the Italian clubs throughout the South. Nationally, there's so much going on. It's very exciting to see what's available, whether it's getting young Italians involved with scholarships to Italy, or forming a Future Leaders Conference, or forming new clubs now. We have the ability nationwide to mentor and give templates to any club throughout the South. And we have our Louisiana Italian Food, Wine, Film, and Author Festival coming up. I look forward to seeing you at the festival. For more information, visit our website, AIFEDSE.org. How did the murder of a police chief in New Orleans, Louisiana, lead to the creation of Columbus Day celebrations?
On March 14th, 1891, 11 Italians were made the victims of a lynch mob on the streets right here in the city of New Orleans. This issue, in my opinion, is called for a formal apology.
Just as there was a committee of 50 that was organized to take out the Italians, there could have been a committee of 7 that was organized to take out the chief of police. Celebrating Culture is brought to you by AW News. AW News also produces New Orleans Insider Tours, which are 10 self-guided tours of New Orleans and Louisiana. If you want to enjoy oysters raised a new way off bottom, stop by Dickie Brennan's Bourbon House. If you want to enjoy charbroiled oysters, stop by Drago's. Welcome back to Celebrating Culture. We're here today in Monroe, Louisiana at Frenchman's Bend Golf Course, where the Cancer League is having a fundraiser, and I'm with Mary Linda McCann, who is the president of the Cancer League. Mary Linda, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for being here.
So tell us, you guys do a great job here in North Louisiana because there's such a big need to help people.
We are the fundraising arm for the Louisiana Cancer Foundation for our education and research. And we raise money to help cancer patients in Northeast Louisiana, where they're getting treatment here or elsewhere. We provide gas cards for transportation, lodging. We can provide help with pharmaceuticals, nutritional supplements. I think everybody's had somebody that's touched by cancer. Even however comfortable you may be beforehand, a cancer diagnosis changes your life. Cancer League is in its 20th year now. Over those years, we've raised over $2 million to help over 5,000 patients in Northeast Louisiana. Cancer Foundation League has two main fundraisers a year, our golf tournament and a cocktail gala fundraiser in January of every year. The golf tournament is the Teresa Marsala Memorial Golf Tournament. Teresa was a past president of our league who died suddenly and unexpectedly, so we named the golf tournament in her memory. Her two daughters are active members of the Cancer Foundation League and have chaired this golf tournament for several years now in their mother's honor, and we really couldn't have two more enthusiastic people to be in charge of this event every year.
We're out here for the 11th annual Teresa Marsala Memorial Golf Tournament, which is one of the Cancer Foundation League's main fundraisers that we do each year. This tournament is important for many reasons. First, it's honoring a lady who happened to be our mother, who had a vision. Her vision was to have a golf tournament. And through this golf tournament, we would raise money for the cancer patients of Northeast Louisiana. And so after her passing, the ladies of this organization got together and put this tournament together to honor her memory. And over the years, it's grown. It's fun. We have a great day. And we raise money for our local patients here in Northeast Louisiana, which we know is a big need.
And I'm with Heather Lee, who's the president of the Cancer League Foundation. Heather, welcome to the show.
Thanks.
So Heather, this is a great golf tournament, a beautiful day. Tell us about it.
They do a great job each year of getting sponsors for each of the holes. So we have a margarita hole sponsored by Iron Cactus. So that's always a popular one.
Can I have a margarita?
Absolutely. Cheers.
Cheers.
We have catfish hole, pork chop hole. I mean, we just try to really make these creative and fun. So you're looking forward to what's next.
There's even a hole where you shoot a gun?
Absolutely, absolutely. So for $5, you get to shoot a gun,
Instead
right?
of driving the ball.
I mean, who wouldn't want that?
Go for it.
Hole in one.
All right, girls.
Where'd it go?
Is that it?
It had a draw.
Monroe's a small town, really. It's a great community.
It is a phenomenal community. I mean, obviously I'm from here, so I'm pretty passionate about it. And it's not just Ouachita, it's all the surrounding areas in Northeast Louisiana that we try to focus on and help. We've helped over 5,300 cancer patients in this area since we've created.
And this course is a beautiful course.
Yes, it is. We've had this here for many years and they work really well with us.
If someone wants to know more, is there a website?
Absolutely. It's the cancerfoundationleague.com.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back with more of Celebrating Culture.
Ciao a tutti, and greetings from Italy. My name is Patrick Campesi, and I'm the first vice president of the American Italian Federation of the Southeast, as well as the president of the St. Expedite Lodge of the Order ISDA. And I'd like to invite you to join us at our Louisiana Italian Author, Wine, Food, and Film Festival. As the first vice president of the Federation, I work to bring together Italian-American organizations within the Southeast. And as president of the St. Expedite Lodge, our goal is to connect younger generations of Italian-Americans and reinvigorate them with pride in being Italian. I look forward to meeting you all at the film festival. To learn more, please visit AIFEDSE.org.
How did the murder of a police chief in New Orleans, Louisiana, lead to the creation of Columbus Day celebrations?
On March 14th, 1891, 11 Italians were made the victims of a lynch mob on the streets right here in the city of New Orleans. This issue, in my opinion, is called for a formal apology.
Just as there was a committee of 50 that was organized to take out the Italians, there could have been a committee of 7 that was organized to take out the chief of police. Hi, welcome back to Celebrating Culture. We're here today in Lake Village, Arkansas for the annual spaghetti feed at Our Lady of the Lake Catholic Church put on by the Italians of Sunnyside Plantation. And Anthony is going to tell us the story of a great migration that was brought here in 1895. Anthony, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Charles. So glad you're here. Well, I want you all to know about here in Lake Village, Arkansas, down in the southeast corner of Arkansas in the Mississippi Delta. A little over 125 years ago in 1895, a New York financier acquired the magnificent Sunnyside Plantation here in Lake Village, Arkansas. It was one of the largest plantations in the entire South. After the Civil War, the labor force was decimated, with all the slave laborers moving up north. So the financier, Austin Corbin, came up with this great plan. Some called it a scheme to replenish his labor force with Italian laborers. So he knew a mayor of Rome called Prince Ruspoli, and together they put together a scheme to populate an Italian colony right here in Lake Village, Arkansas. So in 1895, the first wave of Italians came in. Over 500 Italians were settled here in little houses on the plantation called Sunnyside. The plantation was on the other side of the lake, and it was nestled in between this 18-mile lake, Lake Chico, which is the largest natural oxbow lake in the United States. And we had, after 2 years, in 1897, we had 1,000 settlers right here in Lake Village. Before that, there were only 40 Italians in the entire state of Arkansas. And so from 1895 to roughly 1923, when immigration was cut off in the United States, this settlement here flourished and thrived. And so what we're doing here today is the tradition which began in 1896 of serving pasta and spaghetti dinners and meatballs to the community. Everything that is made here, the pasta from scratch, the meatballs from scratch, our fabulous lemon cake desserts are amazing, our salads. We have people come from all over the South for this day. And today, here in 2021, March 7th, we had a sellout again. It's all gone. It's just a great testament to the tradition here. And we have people from age 6 years old to 94 years old that volunteered in making of this pasta.
I have been coming to this spaghetti dinner in Lake Village since 1978, and the Italian population here is truly amazing. They are so generous and kind. They're hard workers. They work on this for a solid year. People meet up here, they have a good time together. The pots of the spaghetti are so big that instead of a spoon, they use boat paddles to stir the sauce.
My name's Dino Sabatini. I'm the fourth generation. My family came here in 1896.
Are you the head chef?
Me and another friend of mine named Keith Hunter, they made the meatballs 2 weeks ago. 4,048 meatballs. Yeah, a lot of stirring. You can't burn on the bottom. You're going to keep the meatballs from drying out on the top, so you got to always smash them down in there, stir them around a little bit, and keep them rolling. And we stayed busy cooking noodles from 6 o'clock this morning till 12:30. It's 1:48 right now.
Roughly 30 years ago, my mother, Elizabeth Olivi Borgononi, founded the museum here, the Italians of Sunnyside and Church Museum, and we have one of the largest church museums in the state of Arkansas. We're very proud of it, and you can see the entire history of the Sunnyside Italians right here in our museum from 1895 to the present day. There are over 1 million descendants distributed across the United States that originated right here in this little hometown of Lake Village, Arkansas. Just like many immigrants that came to the United States, they had to battle through some friction and some unfavorable circumstances. And right here, the Italians were taking great advantage of. So the Sunnyside Plantation developed their own currency to control the Italian colony. And the Italians, when they were here and in their homes, they were provided small cottages, small homes, but everything that was provided for them was from the company store on a debt system. So if the Italian laborers were given advancements with company money, not American money, but company money, and then they accrued a debt. So with that debt, the plantation owners controlled them. Because of that system, which is called a peonage system, became a form of slavery. So because of that slavery, during the 1907, the Teddy Roosevelt administration sent down a special investigator from the U.S. Attorney General to investigate the peonage and the horrible atrocities that were inflicted upon the Italian settlement here. The great suffering that our ancestors had to endure, but they endured it, they thrived, and became great American citizens, and very proud of our heritage. Our heritage here, the tradition is now 126 years long. We have put together a new foundation called the Italians of Sunnyside Foundation, which people contribute to out of their generosity to keep this legacy going, and we hope it'll be around for the next 125 years.
Anthony, I want to thank you for being on the show, and what a great spaghetti dinner you guys put on, and it's just great how you've kept the history alive. If somebody wants to learn more, is there a website they should go to?
Yes, there is. That website is the ItaliansofSunnyside.org.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back with more of Celebrating Culture. Our news spent 5 years touring Louisiana. We've interviewed countless numbers of people, the people that make it happen, that put on Mardi Gras, the chefs, the artists, the backbone of Louisiana. We've taken those interviews and made a show called Celebrating Culture. But we've also taken those interviews and put them in a tour app, New Orleans Insider Tours. To download the apps, all you have to do is point your phone at the flow code in the camera mode. Once you have the app downloaded, you'll have access to putting together the best game plan to experience in Louisiana. You can start with Little Palermo, which is 50 points of interest on the Italian community, and then go to Statue Stories and Spirits, over 150 stops in the French Quarter and CBD. Where to dine in New Orleans, what rooftop bars give you the best view, how to see the Gulf of Mexico from the coastal towns, driving up to the Bonnie and Clyde Museum near Shreveport, or up to Vicksburg. New Orleans and Louisiana are must-see for everyone, and there's so much to see. So we hope you enjoy it, and as we say here, let the good times roll.
Ciao, my name is Lisa Ingraham, but my heritage name is Pizzolata. I am a Vice President of the American Italian Federation of the Southeast. The Federation is the umbrella organization for Italian American clubs across the South. As Vice President of Activities, I work to help promote the festivals and events of our member organizations. I want to invite you to our Louisiana Italian Food, Wine, Author, and Film Festival. I love meeting you, sharing our heritage, and knowing the celebrations of your organization. Let's come together as an Italian community and support each other. If you are searching for Italian heritage and want to be added to our efforts, visit our website, AIFEDSE.org.
Of all the people that have been here, that have worked with busting tables and all, who was the best?
You were really good, godson.
There you go. I was the best.
And I got a good nephew, John, that worked hard here too.
That was better, huh?
Yeah. Y'all were both first class.
All right.
You think this is on?
It's on now. You know, when it's green, it's on.
Yeah.
Just say I messed up and keep going.
Okay. All right. Here we're going to go. This is take two. All right.
My favorite monster truck is Hot Wheel monster truck.
I love Hot Wheels.
Me too. And my favorite is Hot Wheels monster trucks and Hot Wheels. And the end.
Perfect. The end.
You gotta have a good chop. Enjoy.
Oh man, look at the sauce on that pork chop. Is this your sauce?
This is my wife's grandfather's sauce. 125-year-old recipe out of Old Mexico.
Old Mexico?
Old Mexico.
What's in it?
Good stuff.
Good stuff.
I bottle and sell probably 150 gallons of each every year.
I'll take a gallon, maybe two.